Hi, I'm Elder Earl Wright, and I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, taping my bi-weekly broadcast here at Spectrum Studio. But I want to take a minute to tell you about the biggest robbery that has ever taken place in the history of the world. And the sad part about this robbery, the people that got robbed were some of America's greatest heroes from World War I, from World War II, from the Korean War, from the Vietnam War, and even from the Gulf War. And listen to this. This crime was committed by a United States president, some members of the House, some members of the Senate, and some members of the Congress. In 1935, the Social Security Administration was started, and they mailed out 25 million Social Security cards to America's taxpayers with the understanding that each pay period, a fixed amount, would be deducted from their paycheck so that when they retired, they would have some sort of income still coming in, and most of their medical bill would also be paid. So Mr. Obama, while he was president, and his partners, they robbed $466 billion from the Social Security account of these now old and helpless Americans. I understand that they gave $252 billion to the bank. They gave $80 billion to the automobile industry. I'm not sure where the other $121 went. Not only did Mr. Obama stole this money from these helpless old American heroes, he also cut their Social Security benefits. Those benefits were earned and not given by the money that we put in weekly from our paycheck. Now, that's like a bank calling you today and says, we're taking $200,000 out of your 401k and there's nothing you can do about it. That's robbery. And that's the same thing that Mr. Obama and the congressmen give. Now, I understand that the banks have paid back $252 billion plus interest, and the auto dealers have paid back $80 billion plus interest. So that's over $332 billion plus interest that should have gone back into these taxpayers' Social Security account. Now, where that money went, I don't know. Now, listen to this. Mr. Obama and his thieves, they really think that they have gotten away with this robbery. But hold on a minute. No matter how smart you think you are, there's always someone smarter. And I'm here to tell you that no one is smarter than God. You know, there are thousands of crimes committed every week all over the world, but they do not get reported. And those crimes never get resolved because there was no complaint. Now, here's what has to happen. Any lawyer who has jurisdiction to practice law in Washington, D.C. area, all they would have to do is prepare this complaint on behalf of the American taxpayer. And the complaint has to be filed in a U.S. federal criminal court that has jurisdiction in Washington, D.C. This lawyer would have a case that no lawyer in the world, whether they're from Yale or Harvard, could put up a defense for it because the whole world witnessed this crime on television. Okay, now, this lawyer will win this case if he files it in a federal criminal court. All right? Now, once the case has been won, once a lawyer goes to court, all he has to prove to the court is that that money came from the taxpayer's Social Security fund. Because no one can legally take anything out of that account without our authorization. See, that's a felony. That's grand larceny. That's misappropriation. And there's probably 8 or 10 charges could be put up there. Now, he can't lose this case because if any federal judge, his job is to protect the law. And it doesn't matter who breaks the law. If they're found guilty, he's going to have to charge them with these crimes. Now, I would like to say to President Trump, sir, you're a very smart man. I voted for you in the last election. I told my family that I was going to vote for you because you couldn't lose the election, and they're still mad with me. Mr. President, you could leave your job after you've been reelected, and you will be reelected, as the greatest president in the history of the world. You need to find a way, Mr. President, to get that money back into those Social Security accounts. Okay? You need to make sure that each Social Security recipient that got affected, we send a compensation check and all of their benefit restored. You know, I'm an honest man of God. I live holy before God and the world and my country. I love this country, America. America is the greatest country in the world. So, Mr. President, and everyone who can have some input in this, please take care of this problem. America is still the greatest country in the world. God bless America. God bless America. Now I have to get back to my lesson.